What happens when 3 noobs that have never played Apex before decide to drop everything and dedicate 100 hours to the game? How good could they get? How hard will they rage?
This game, good night!
And what rank will they end at? Hey guys, we're Team Summertime, and we tried the 100 hours of Apex Legends Challenge. Hour 1 was a piece of cake. We loaded up our brand new accounts and dropped into Stormpoint as Mirage, Gibraltar, and Pathfinder. We won our very first game with 19 kills. Your right side is cracked, Blake? Like here?
He popped his ult.
Cracked again? Or
Down another one.
That's the other one.
that's a good first game, boys! That's a good first game! That's a good first game! It didn't stop there. It didn't matter the map. It didn't matter the characters. Win after win after win after win. Surprise, surprise, Blake can snipe, and George can clutch up when it matters most.
Nice
Good way to bait right there. I think he's still up top.
He's up top. He's just portaling back and forth. He's up top now. I think he might.
No, you need to help. You need to help him.
I need help.
They're on top of the roof, right above you. George is.
Oh, weak.
George is.
Crack the other one. Nice.
He has to be under me.
Look.
In the room.
Here, you're here.
22.
Pipeline. Down to the right. Under the building now. Resing. He sent the mobile.
44. 33.
Let's go, George! What?
Georgie!
Let's
Go!
We made it to level 13 and we felt like we dominated all night. Surely it was always going to be this easy. The next day we hopped into ranked play. It was the first day of the new split, which means for the next 94 hours, we will be dropping into Kings Canyon. Now the canyon is beautiful. It's a map filled with balloons and rivers and dragons, but it is tiny, super small. You got to finish your gunfights fast because another team is right around the corner. After a day of destroying the competition, ranked shouldn't be that much different, right?
The Wraith.
I'm down. Shit, bro. They're pinching. There's two here.
I got down 2, George.
Well, that was a shitty first game. We got fucking smoked.
Yeah, we got
Okay, maybe we weren't predator bound, but we did come to an agreement that if we could all get ranked diamond by the end of the 100 hours, that's a win. We did eventually find some momentum though, running Blake on Ash, George on Gibraltar, and myself on Val.
Nope.
We landed and we slayed all over the map. We got a banger win and got out of bronze 9 hours in. Not much changed in silver competition-wise, but you could tell that we were starting to get more and more comfortable with the pace of the game. The landing was easier, looting was faster, and the shots were starting to look better as well. Also, the repetition was getting us more familiar with the abilities of the other legends in the game, so that we knew what we were up against in almost every fight. George was loving the flatline, Blake loved the wingman and the snipers, and I loved the R301 and the R99. We won a few games with a good amount of kills, but at the 12-hour mark, we started feeling really comfortable, and we dropped an 18-kill game.
There's an air raid. I don't know if that's yours.
Not mine.
Alright. Get my ass by that thing.
Sweet, one shot, dead. Somebody's got to sell. Here.
I got him. We got him.
Hey, yo! Hey, yo! 12! Hey, yo! 12 hours!
We were figuring the game out as we went, but after 14 hours in, we were all out of silver. In gold, we finally found a POI that we liked enough to drop there every game. Map Room. This place is awesome because it's on the edge of the map, there's a ton of loot, a charge tower to get your ultimate immediately, and a scan inside the building that shows you where everyone on the map is. Blake also switched to a legend named Loba, and I gotta tell you, she is one of my favorite characters. She's just really helpful. We continued dropping Canyon, taking teams one by one, and it wasn't uncommon to see a win out of us with 10 plus kills. After a solid win, 19 and a half hours in, Blake ranked up to Platinum 4. Now, how Apex works, you drop into lobbies that correlate with the highest ranking player on the squad. So that means we would now be playing in Plat lobbies. We also learned that because it was so early in the rank split, all of the high diamond players from the previous split got dropped down into Plat, which puts them against us. Basically, our end games went from quiet to this. I might die here.
Careful, don't go in that building. Get into it here.
The gold to platinum lobby was probably the biggest shock of the entire 100 hours. It felt like teams were finally coordinating, playing correctly, and of course shooting back. But now the games were seeming tougher and the RP was harder to come by. Things got so intense at one point we literally went over game film and broke down a play to each other to help our communication a little bit.
Yeah,
I couldn't help you because of the bubble right there. I know it's gonna come with time, but like I feel like you don't use the shield when most Gibbies would use the shield. So either we need to figure out when you should use it, or you don't run the shield character.
We discovered that we played the best when Blake was the in-game leader for our team and helped us coordinate on rotations and in gunfights. I think we were still getting over the fact that we had sprinted from Bronze 4 to Platinum lobbies, and now it was starting to become more of a crawl. Finally, after 23 hours and a few successful rat games and a win, we were all successfully Platinum. We started off Platinum lobbies pretty well. I figured out that you could shoot a dragon and rank up your shields.
That's so funny.
And we had a few solid games with a positive RP, but then it all went wrong. It was the first time since we started playing Apex that we were stuck. Constant negative games and the vibes were completely thrown off. Horribly. It got so bad at one point, we started to actually get pissed at each other. We've been friends since 2009, and we rarely ever go at it. But sometimes I feel like that's what EA wanted when they made this game. To tear friendships apart.
Hitch doesn't need to be the entry. Me and George need to be the entry because our shot's better.
A few moments later.
Hitch missed every bullet.
I think you missed every bullet. Yeah, somebody did.
Blake missed every bullet.
What gun did
Do
you
you want to look at the damage?
It was only a matter of time. Chemistry's so soft today, man.
So you're so stupid.
I just gotta win my
You're
one.
so
dude.
stupid. You're such an idiot. You're such an idiot. I'm so much better than you in the games. So much better than you.
He's just gotta hit a shot.
You've literally been carried by me since we were 16.
At one point, George clutched up in the early game when we needed it the most and gave us some momentum for the rest of the night. We were all stuck Platinum 4, so we just kept dropping hot and trying our best to get into as many gunfights as possible. Eventually, we found a strat that was just corny enough that it might work. Alright, here's the game plan. We drop Map Room as Loba, Valk, and Gibby. We land on the ultimate charger and immediately get all of our ults. Blake drops his Loba shop and we steal the armor, a gun, and all of the ammunition from the team that landed in Map Room. We immediately Valk ult up into the air and try to fight the team that is in Map Room with just that little bit of an advantage. It turned out to not be too bad of a strat. It was also goofy enough to keep the vibes high, which was very important at the time. After going through a roller coaster of a gaming session, we ended with a second place game and some positive RP. So at least it was ending on a high note. The next day we found out pretty quickly that the Loba strat simply just does not work against good players. There are way too many variables, especially in lobbies where we are without a doubt the least experienced team dropping in. The day started out rough. We got smoked almost every single drop. It got so bad we took a break to watch The Collector, which is such a dog movie that when we dropped back in, we had completely forgotten about how bad we were losing to begin with. We had a big game that ended over in the desert where Blake and George go huge.
Need a bubble, Blake?
Yes, bubble across.
That's all I have for you.
Shit, yeah, that's good.
They're right in front of you.
George, I'm pushing this little pillar. I'm pushing the box. With me. He called an airstrike.
You guys are in the middle.
I shit on him. I'm in the bubble. I'm in the box. I fold him. Outside in the pit. Focus pit.
Left.
Shield swap.
Chilling.
He's good.
Close.
Good hit. He hit for 104.
On me. I got naded.
That's last.
I'm healing, George. Wait.
Left.
I'm challenged.
Hit.
Cracked.
Finally, we started to gain a little bit of consistency in these lobbies, and Blake ranks up to Platinum 3. Progress. We started out the next session hot. A first place and a second place game back to back put us in Platinum 3 together. It seemed like the momentum was all in our favor. And then we got stomped for 2 hours. We started straying away from map room because we just simply couldn't win it anymore. But it seemed like wherever we dropped, we just couldn't win a 3v3 at the beginning of the game. We needed a switch up, and that came when George switched from Gibraltar to Bangor. Suddenly we were faster off the drops and we were able to get out of the early game again. After a solid few games and some top 3 finishes, we finally start to move through the rankings again, and Blake gets into Plat 2. He was killing it as our IGL.
I have a heat shield.
I know,
Oh,
me
no,
too,
George.
me too. I'll lay the first one.
Okay. You might have the heat shield, George. 18 seconds.
All right, George, lay the next one. All right, we'll live this. No! It started ticking. Sorry, boys.
That's all good.
That's on me. That's on me.
We keep going the next day, gaining steady RP. It was a couple strong games and a couple rat games, but positive RP nonetheless. Blake was slaying out and earning a ton of KP, so he hit Plat 1 first. Everyone was feeling comfortable, and the only thing we needed to work on was George's landing.
Oh. I'm dead.
You flew off the map? There's no way.
Back-to-back victories gets us an insane amount of points, and Blake hits Diamond. 50 hours of playtime and 43 hours of ranked experience total, and we were 1/3 of the way to our goal. At this rate, we're 100% hitting Predator. We adjusted well to the Diamond lobbies and didn't really lose that much momentum. At hour 54, George and I ratted our way to a top 3 finish, which was enough to get George into Diamond 4 as well. 2/3 of our entire goal completed only 54 hours in. The boys had made it. It shouldn't be too hard for me to follow right behind them, right?
Nope.
The next day, Blake finally caves and uses his heirloom shards that he randomly got
There's
on
no way.
Bloodhound.
There's actually no way. Dude, turn off the stream.
So we should be able to keep it moving and get me right into Diamond, right? Wrong. I don't know what changed, but the lobbies today were insane. Keep in mind, this is still only the 7th day of the rank split, so the early ranked rules still apply. We are now playing people that were masters in the previous split. That's a pretty big jump. We got smoked for a few hours, and the worst part about this is that only I could lose RP in this scenario. Blake and George had already hit Diamond, and you can't D-rank out of Diamond, but you can absolutely D-rank in Platinum 1 though. Loss after loss after loss, I go from almost Diamond to low Plat 1, back into Plat 2. And let me tell you, nothing will make you feel worse than being the only Plat 2 on the team. We needed to change something. Anything. So we just had George IGL a few games. And after a few attempts, we finally did something. We started the game with some rough loot, and with only 7 squads left and absolutely no KP, we fly into crash site. We don't have the shield, and we don't have the ammo for any big fights. With a clutch portal play from Blake, we get out of a tight situation, and I randomly stumble upon a Spitfire and a care package. Blake pops the ultimate charger for us, I get it down with a Spitfire, and George and I scope out the place with a Falcolt. There are people everywhere. With 4 squads left, George gets knocked but luckily has a self-revive, and I get a lucky angle on a solo and take him out with the Spitfire. It turns out Blake also found a Spitfire, and he's also getting downs with that one too. Blake kills the last of the third team, which leaves us in a 3v3, and then George makes the craziest play by hitting the balloon with no health at all. Then I see George drop from the heavens directly on the team that we're fighting and gets a knock with the Mastiff. I catch the second one off guard and knock him, and then Blake guns the third, and we win one of the most crazy end games that we had experienced up to that point.
You're 1v1.
Like last one right here.
You're 1v1. You're 1v1.
Right here.
Where?
No, right here to the left. To the left.
Right here.
Let's go.
And it's those situations that are the beauty of Apex. The amount of tilt that happens when you get stomped for 3 hours is extreme, trust me. But it's wins like that that almost in a way make it worth it. 63 hours in and we were back to where we started, which is a good thing. I hadn't really understood the frustration of Kings Canyon up to that point because we had simply never played it. I get it now. The map is so small that there is always a team next to you. Combine that with our inexperience compared to everyone else in the lobby, and it seems like even if we did win a fight, there was another team right there to clean us up. We finally make it to an end game with like 5 squads left, and we were set for the win. But then Blake gets sniped. Nothing was seeming to go our way. After a few more games of getting smoked and third party, I think it was just safe to say it wasn't.
I make it look easy, don't I?
This game. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Now, what we really needed was advice, and I knew just the place to get it. We needed a champion, someone that was the best at something, even if that was drinking. Touche was able to give us some good Apex advice.
Wait, you guys are straight up noobs.
And even some better beer shotgunning advice.
It's suck lord time. You're getting sucked today, pal.
Let's get it, baby. A little vertical. A little more vertical. Crack that shit, baby.
There you go.
Oh my God. Are you sucking? Are you sucking? Or are you letting it go? I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Frat boy spillage, we love that.
Not-
I like the spill.
I love
That was
it.
a cool spill.
With the IPA.
Let's get it, George. Yes. IPA
Get
to
in
the
there.
face.
All right, take the hand off. Yes.
Oh,
that's pro
yeah.
shit. Oh, he's got the hand off.
Oh, the freestyle.
One fluid motion. Come on. Hey,
Yeah. Oh. Go suck it.
You got it stuck.
And the crazy thing is, it worked. We hopped right back in, and I got 40 RP away from diamond. That's one game. No big deal. Easy pickings. Guess what happened? Man, we tried everything. Different characters, different landing spots, playing fast, playing slow. We ended up playing as ratty as possible for even just a smidgen of RP.
Oh, man, just give me top 5, bro.
Oh. He's looking down.
I know. I'm not doing a thing. I cannot believe what I am playing.
Why is he looking down?
After 70 hours, the guys were back to hard stuck diamonds, and I was back to plateau. The next day, we started to find a groove again. We started landing water treatment and becoming comfortable with that drop, which would be our home drop for the rest of the 100 hours. I snuck back into Plat 1. George got his kill record with 11 kills, and we got a really nice win for the first time in what felt like forever. What I've discovered is it's a lot easier to have a good time in this game when you aren't getting destroyed every single time you drop in.
You got time. Let him fight.
Oh!
The next day just felt right. My shot felt good, Blake's IGL was wonderful, and George was still drop dead sexy. Slowly but surely, the positive RP was coming in. As the night goes on, we kept getting top 3 games and we were finding some KP as well. The last thing I wanted to do was get my hopes up though, because we've been here twice before. We were consistently making it to the end game in diamond lobbies for the first time. And after 3 or 4 games of placing top 5, I was 22 RP away from diamond. And then look what EA does. It's gotta be some sort of joke, right? 82 hours. From not knowing the guns, the rotations, the point of interest, or almost any of the legends and their abilities, we finally made it. Diamond, baby. We danced, we celebrated, and we shotgunned some beers. Something changed once we hit diamond. I'm not sure if it was the vibes or the lack of pressure, but we started winning more and more of our drops and really figuring the game out. We won a game with max KP outside of Gauntlet, won a chaotic game in the swamps. Blake assassinated a Loba for the win. Also somehow this happened.
Right down the middle. Nice. Another one behind you guys. He's on the right, behind. And Blake, where's Blake?
No, it's 1v1.
1v1 hit.
Right here, Seer. So right here, backside climbing.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
No.
We were steady climbing up Diamond 4, and the next day we had a wild end game where we were all trapped on top of a wall. We got a win using Mirage, and George also pops off with a winning 4 pick.
Fight. On me, Ash. Low here, both in water. Nice. Another one here, Ash. Nice.
I think that's all of them. Hey, here.
On bridge, jumping down backboard.
Use me.
Yes. Shit, George.
Georgie!
Let's go, baby.
At 97 hours, we win a match, and Blake finally makes it into Diamond 3. Why is Blake so far ahead of us, you might ask? Well, he does stuff like this.
86 on the Valk. The Valk's dead. I'm down 2. Let's go.
Wait, she found the portal.
Okay, I'm taking it. Come with me.
Yep.
Dude.
Well, we did it. We made it 100 hours. We didn't get help from anybody. We learned everything on our own, and most importantly, we didn't kill each other in the process. You want to know how we celebrated? I shouldn't even have to tell you. We hit our goal, and we even passed it up a little bit. I gotta say, Apex Legends is a beautiful game. Without a doubt, the best BR out right now. It's fun, but it's also very competitive. This is definitely a challenge that we will never forget. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and tell us in the comments which game you want to see us do the 100-hour challenge on next.